Happy Tuesday. Well, let's get started on our fantastic phrases. Wow, that was weird. I couldn't remember how to start the presentation. Okay, so we're on list 13. If you remember, we did kind of a weird list, 12 for Greek words, not last week, but the week before. So if you're struggling to find that, it looked different. So we are on list 13 for Greek words, but we did do list 12 of fantastic phrases the week before last. So our first fantastic phrase is Gloria in excelsis Deo. You have probably heard this before. Sorry, I needed to check to make sure I was still recording. You've heard this before, probably in a Christmas song. It means glory to God in the highest. At the birth of Jesus, angels proclaimed Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo is the first words of the greater doxology. Doxologies are praises, so this is the greater one. There is a lesser one, too, that we may talk about later on. The second word is quasi. It means as though. It is not used this way. Quasi's literal meaning is as though, but how it is used is more of a almost but not quite. And most of the words that have quasi in front of them are all made up. So you could pretty much put quasi in front of any word you wanted to make it be less than it actually is. So let's look at the examples. Though Sally makes good grades, she considers herself only quasi-intelligent. Quasi-intelligent isn't a real word. It's a made-up word, but it's stating Sally doesn't really see herself as is intelligent, but like almost intelligent, not quite intelligent. So it's like kind of. She's kind of intelligent. Although most people believe James Harden is a quasi-basketball player, I believe he is the best player in the league. So most people think of James Harden as a kind of good basketball player. I think of him as a fantastic basketball player, but quasi there is meaning sort of or kind of. The third word is novus ordo seclorum. This means a new order of the ages. This is going to be one of our other phrases that doesn't come out of the phrase, like e pluribus unum. This phrase is from the Roman poet Virgil, and it was adapted by Thomas Jefferson, and we see it on the Great Seal of America. I want you to write down, go back through your fantastic phrases and tell me the other phrases that we see on the Great Seal that stay phrases just like this. That will be part of your homework, so bring that in on Wednesday. So we don't really have sentences for this because it's one of those phrases that doesn't come out of its phrase. So the only example I have is beneath the pyramid on the reverse side of the Great Seal is the Latin phrase novus ordo seclorum. So it's not one that we're going to actually take out and use in any kind of literal form. And our last one is the French word, c'est la vie. That means that's life. And you're going to use it just like that. When Annie complained again that her little sister gets away with everything because she's the baby of the family, her mother sighed and said, c'est la vie. So her mother's saying, that's life. That's the way it is. When James Harden missed the free throw, he said, c'est la vie. You will probably hear me say this time to time in class. All right, our Greek words. We have 4 root words. These are actually, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said Greek. These are actually all Latin this week. Our first one is cor, which means heart. The examples are courageous, discord, cordial, and accord. Your assignment on Wednesday concerning these Latin root words are going to be for you to define these in a group and then explain to me on how they are a derivative of the root word. So I'm not going to define any of these example words for you. You will be doing that in class on Wednesday. So be thinking through that. Please don't do it now and bring it on Wednesday. This will be an activity we will do in class. So usually I'll define these words and tie them back to the root word, but I'm not going to do that this week. Y'all are going to actually do that in class. So our first word, cor, it means heart. The second word, doc, to teach, document, doctrine, docile, and indoctrinated. Third word, grad or gress, to step, graduate, progressive, degrade, or gradual. Be looking so you can start tying some of these things back into what makes these examples an actual derivative of the root word. And then port, to carry. Portal, transport, export, and portable. I put this word on here too because it is one of the easiest Latin words that we ever learn in class. Is called portat, means to carry. So that's how you would say it in Latin. To carry something is to portat, which I think is pretty fascinating. So please make sure you wrote these down in your flipper. Make sure you took notes if you needed to. We will have an activity over fantastic phrases tomorrow and over the Greek root words, or I'm sorry, the Latin root words tomorrow. Have a great night.